What's up, family? This is Fuse MMA. My name's Robbie,
I'm Joey.
and we're here to bring you UFC 313 picks and best bets.
All right, so with our first fight, we're just gonna dive right into it. We
First
got
fight of the night.
Santos versus Diaz. Diaz. So we
Unk
have we
34
have them both.
Diaz.
We have both of them weighing in at 185. Obviously, Diaz is a little older at 34, and Santos at 27. So obviously, we know he has the age advantage. The reach, on the other hand, Diaz has a slight favor over. We haven't seen much of Santos in the MMA, obviously, because he just got into Dana White Contender Series, but he did have a decision win. Um, Rob, what do you think about that?
Yeah, so Diaz, he's not really one to finish fights. I think most of his fights are gone to the distance, and or not Diaz, but Santos. But Diaz he got just brutally knocked out by the box, Zhang Ming Yang. He's on a quite of a tear right now. He got his ass fucking chopped off. So, and then also he lost in the Contender Series to Joe Pyfer. He's a little bit of a journeyman, but he's not bad, and I think
I
that
think this one's a little bit closer than the odds say it is.
yeah,
I think.
this one's a toss up in my opinion. I think I think the Jordan Santos is probably gonna scrape away with the decision win, but Ozzy Diaz could definitely KO the guy. So
I would say the same. I think Santos is gonna be able to. I think this is gonna go the full 3 rounds, in my opinion. I think they're just gonna go back and forth, but I think Santos is gonna. I think he's gonna pull this one out.
all right, so both of us are going Santos.
Yeah.
Next fight of the night, Chris Gutierrez versus John Castaneda. So this fight was actually just added as of recently. So John Castaneda John Castaneda was supposed to fight another Randy, and then Chris Gutierrez was supposed to fight Gene Matsumoto, but something
Yeah.
happened for both of these guys. So and
I
Gene
mean,
Matsumoto
same
just
thing.
fought Rob Font,
This
and
fight This fight's very equal, as we can see. The weight 136, age 33. You know, uh, we see the odds here at minus 120, pretty much even. So it's a pick 'em. Um, I mean, if I had to go with one in this fight, uh, this is a tough one.
well for me, I'll
I'd
go
probably
first. So for me, I'm going Gutierrez all the way. That's my boy. One of my favorite strikers in the bantamweight division. Obviously, this fight's at featherweight. Not obviously, but they're fighting up a division. And I think if John Castaneda gets the grappling going early, I think he can definitely pull it away. But in my opinion, I
think
think it's
Castaneda has it.
Gutierrez.
I think he has this. I think you know he he's due for one. He lost the last fight night. I mean, he hasn't fought in a long time. Actually, June 8th, 2024. He lost in decision. His past 3 fights have been in decision, but he won 2 of the 3. So I think he pulls this one through. I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna. I think this fight also goes to the decision. But I hope. I hate fights that go to the decision, so I hope there's some sort of knockout.
Yeah, so there you have it. Joey's going Castaneda. Rob's going Gutierrez. Let's go on to the next. All right.
All right. So next we got Santos versus Marshall.
Yeah.
Obviously, we can tell Santos is a heavy favorite, minus 320, plus 250 for Marshall. We see they're both very young guys, 24, 25, both both have the same reach, both orthodox. Although Santos, I mean, he's been on a tear his past 3 fights. Last fight was incredible. He had a knockout, round 2. I just think this, he's next up and coming. Um,
Yeah,
and
the Ultimate
Marshall,
Fighter winner. Marion
yeah,
Santos, so he's solid. He looks really good. I think Marshall's also very good. Um, I just think
he
that
did get knocked out
yeah,
in 2023. He's very inactive, I would have to say. His last fight was August of 2024.
Yeah.
And then before that it was August 2023. So he's fighting like once a year. Um, so I don't know. I think if I had to go for this one, I think I'm gonna go Santos. I mean, I think that's a lock.
Yeah, so I think Santos is a better striker, definitely. I think he can pick apart Francis Marshall and maybe get him out of there. But Marshall is a very good grappler. We saw in the his fight against William Gomez. So I think he can definitely pull it away. Fire Marshall. Marion Santos,
Hope
no
it's
picture.
Santos KO.
I like that, but I'm going Santos as well get this done with relative ease. Nah, I wouldn't say relative ease, with a little bit of a struggle with the grappling
Fairly
ask
easy.
of Francis Marshall. So, all right, next fight of the night, Alex Morono taking on Carlos Leal. All right,
These
so right
odds.
on
I
the
mean, you
left
see a minus
we
850.
got the hillbilly Alex Morono, Texas native. He looks extremely unathletic and goofy. I don't think he really belongs in the UFC
I
anymore.
mean, I think this is a fight we don't really put much time on. I mean, he's lost his past two fights by decision against Price and Rodriguez, and then he did win in 2024 of April against McGee by decision.
Court
But
McGee.
I mean, he's just been all over the place.
Yeah, so Buckley did him bad. I mean,
Um, like Rob said, he's not built for the sport, which we
he's
see Buckley is.
he has a good guillotine. I mean, he's he's just a mid fighter. He lost to Nico Price, bro. The unk
Yeah.
of all unks.
Although they all did lose the last fight, so we do have to keep that in mind.
So, well, Leal, that actually was a robbery in my opinion. It was against Renat Fakhretdinov.
Yep.
It was in Abu Dhabi on the Ilia Topuria Max Holloway card, and
Yep.
Leal, the juice head, came in on short notice, took care of business, and then they robbed him.
Proud.
But look at this boy. That boy is fucking lean. That dude is juicing to
Yeah.
the gills. He's fucked. Hillbilly fuck out of shape. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
I mean, I think this is
chalky favorite, but I
yeah.
think it's a one-sided affair here. I think Carlos Leal is probably gonna KO Alex
I
Morono
think
here,
so too. I
unfortunately.
think it's gonna be. I personally think it's gonna be very quick too. I think it's gonna be first round, if not second, or the first half of the second round, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think
So
Carlos Leal is a promising prospect. 30 years old. Just beat, in my opinion, Renat Fakhretdinov, so he looks good. But like I said, they should probably test him a few more times because he's fucking juice. All right, next fight of the night, we got a middleweight bout. We got Bruno Ferreira versus Armin Petrosyan. We all know what happened to Armin last fight. He got double back fist knocked out by Joey over here,
back, the back.
by Shara B, Shara Bullet. And then we got Bruno Ferreira just got destroyed by, no, I wouldn't say destroyed, but choked
He
out
kept
by
up.
Abus Magomedov. He hurt him
It
pretty
was,
bad in that fight.
it was in round three. It was round three, so you can't say he got.
No, yeah,
And then he
it was a
knocked out
late
his past
finish.
two guys in round one. So I mean,
Yeah,
he
he's a
he's
little
consistent.
fluky with his
He's very
KOs.
consistent.
He definitely has the power, relies on the power. Bruno.
Yeah.
Petrosyan,
But
very
we have to
technical
also,
striker, but
yeah, we also have to look at his height difference. 6'3", that's 4 inches.
look at the reach,
That's
son. 72
that's true.
outreach. Bruno Ferreira has a longer reach than Armin Petrosyan for some reason. That's a 4 inch height or 5 inch height difference, and that's
In my opinion, this is going to be one of the better fights of the night. I know it's
yeah, I
very
like it a
early
lot.
on, but I think these guys are very well matched up against each other.
I agree.
I think they're going to throw it down.
Yeah,
Um,
in my opinion, I think
One's very
Armin.
50-50.
For me, I think Armin's gonna have a little bit of success,
And he's
and
going to get a comeback after
no,
having one of the.
I don't think he's gonna get a
What do you
comeback.
think?
I think he's gonna have a little bit of success, and then Bruno Ferreira's gonna catch his chin. I think Bruno Ferreira's pretty promising prospect, and Petrosian's on his way out. Um, he's a great striker in my opinion. He just not doesn't have
I
that
like
X
Ferreira
factor.
too. I
Yeah,
think he's very quick. Like when he does his combos, he's very quick with it. I
Yeah.
think he can definitely land, some sort of combo to stun him, and maybe even take him to the ground a little bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, who knows? I
Yeah,
I,
he does have that
I think I'll
judo
have to go
black belt,
Ferreira too.
so
Yeah, I think I'll have
yeah,
to go Ferreira too.
Ferreira if he can get the grappling going or go for that menacing right hand. So I think he can get him out there. So Bruno Ferreira for
Very
me and
good
Joe.
fight. So for the next fight, we have Van and Tsuruya. Obviously, we see Van here, 12-2, and Tsuruya 10-0. I mean, is he gonna stay undefeated, or is he gonna have his first official loss? Like he doesn't even have a picture on his, you know, on his thing.
No.
Um, we see him practically at the same height, 5'6", 5'5", just a 1 inch advantage for Tsuruya. Um, 22, he's with a 68 inch reach, three more inches than Van. Um, but we see Tsuruya. He took a win in decision against Hernandez back in June, in 2024.
Yeah, I mean,
In the other Pereira card when it was against Yuri. Um, I mean, he looked good. I thought he looked pretty good in those
yeah,
3 rounds.
I agree. He looked very good. His wrestling is on point. He's very dangerous. Like you said, he's 22 years old. I mean, I know Joshua Van is 23, but Ray Saruya is brand new. He doesn't have the experience that Van has. Joshua Van is
Like I,
active. That boy is active.
yeah, like he fought. The last fight was December 7th,
Cody Durden.
2024. I mean, that was what, 3 months ago.
Yeah, so
Like,
he
yeah, like
fought
it's
Cody
gonna be like
Durden.
3 months to the date.
So he had some
Yep.
trouble in the beginning of the fight. Taking he got taken down by Cody Durden, but he found his way back up and then he brutalized he brutalized Cody Durden for the rest of the fight.
Yeah.
He looked
I mean,
really good.
he's
I
like
mean,
you said,
the
he
output in the
fights a lot.
boxing, um, look at the significant strikes per minute. I mean, it's 8.8.
Yeah. I
It's
mean, that's
crazy.
ridiculous.
He has crazy output.
I
Very
mean,
beautiful boxing.
I feel like this is gonna go kind of like similar fights. Like if Tsuruya can get him to the ground. I mean,
Yeah,
that's what it
I
comes
think
down
it's
to.
definitely trouble if Tsuruya gets him down rather than Cody
Exactly.
Durden. I mean, but I will say Joshua Van is active. He has that takedown defense. He's been
Exactly.
drilling it, training it. I think he's just too active for Ray Tsuruya, and I think Ray Tsuruya is going to be dangerous in the future, but he needs a little bit of time to marinate in the
Yeah.
UFC. So yeah, so
I like
uh,
that. I just see his last two fights, Van's last two fights, decision.
yeah, and he got chinned by
Obviously won both of them, and then he lost to Johnson in
yeah, he
July,
got chinned by Johnson.
2024.
Yep.
So, and then we saw he won by knockout. Um, this is a
I
this is a
think
close one for me.
I'm going Van for decision for me.
I think Tsuruya is gonna be able to get him to the ground, and I think he's gonna be able to wrestle. I think he's gonna be able to wrestle fairly well against him. So I think I'm gonna go Tsuruya on this one.
I like that. I think Van is gonna do it for me by decision. So
Another very good fight. Hopefully,
yeah,
though, they
this
can
is gonna
throw
be a
hands.
banger flyweight matchup here.
Yeah.
All right, so Van for me, Tsuruya for Joe. All right, with the next matchup of the night, we got a heavyweight bout. We got Curtis
Our favorite,
Blaydes and my boy the Fridge, Rizvan Kuniev. So we
Kuniev.
on the left
Rob already knows what I got.
we got Curtis Blaydes. He is a top five ranked heavyweight, and he's been that since 2018. I mean, he's incredible fighter. We've seen him. The problem with Curtis Blaydes is we've seen him get fucking chinned by Ngannou, Derek Lewis, Sergey Pavlovich, Tom Aspinall, and I forget who else, but maybe that's
I
it.
mean, we gotta know Aspinall. No one's gonna beat him
No,
anytime
yeah,
soon.
I agree. I mean,
So,
look at the people I just listed. Extreme power, bro. Like nuclear power, all of them. Derek
and then
Lewis.
remember Almeida.
Oh yeah, Almeida got
I mean
really
that one.
badly worked
That
in the
one.
first round and then found those little elbows on the side of the head and he gave up.
Yeah. I mean Almeida was looking for that. I mean Blades. obviously we see he's very effective striker. He went up against Aspinall. Obviously, he didn't last long, 1 minute. Um, and then we see that he beat Almeida in round two, which is a very good win.
It's a great win for
Against
Curtis.
obviously against a grappler, one of the best grapplers
Yeah,
there is.
still on the rise. Just finished
Uh,
my boy Sergey Spivak.
we also see um, we see he has a 4-inch reach advantage. Um, that's always key, especially in heavyweights. Any reach matters in that because these guys just they're not going to stop throwing. But on the other hand, um, we have Kuniev.
Kuniev, the fridge they call him. He's built like a fridge. That boy is fat as fuck. He needs to
I
lose a
mean,
bit more poundage. He can probably fight at fucking 205 for all I know. He's a brick. He's built like a brick. Curtis Blaydes is athletic. He's built like a normal heavyweight. Um, so Rizvan Kuniev's coming from the PFL. He beat Renan Ferreira, the guy who Ngannou just KO'd, the big boy, and
yep,
he actually popped for 4 different steroids. So bad luck for him. If you look at his physique from then compared to his physique on the Contender Series, which he's 2-0 in actually, we've seen him light up a
very.
couple people there. Um, he's a fucking blob now. Okay, so he looks like a fridge, and
Once again, I think this fight's gonna be very close.
I don't. I
I
think Curtis Blaydes is gonna destroy fucking Rizvan Kuniev. He deserves to get back to the PFL. Steroid
I
abuser.
think
So
I think I think Blaydes is gonna win as well. Like I said, I think it's gonna be a lot closer. Obviously, Kuniev is newer to UFC.
I thought
You
you
don't know
got
what his nerve.
Blades, bro.
Yeah, I
No way.
originally had Kuniev, but you know, I don't think I can go up against Blaydes. His last fight was against Aspinall. He's looking for revenge. He wants to get back up in
Yeah,
that spot.
I definitely
I
think
mean,
Curtis Blades can get chinned at any moment. That's what I will say. Also,
and that's the thing. I think these fights, the odds like we see here, plus 255 and minus 330. He's pretty much a heavy favorite. I don't like those odds for heavyweights
no, I
because
hate the
one
odds.
punch, one punch from Kuniev can knock out Blades. It's so although I like him Kuniev to win, um, I think Blades I think Blaydes can get this done. Like I said, because he's hungry. He just got knocked out in a minute against Aspinall. He wants to
Yeah,
redeem
he's hungry.
himself. I don't think
So
he
I
loses. I don't think he loses
I
this
think
fight.
that if Blades gets the grappling going, I think he's a better grappler than Rizvan Kuniev. I think that he can rain down the ground and pound, his famous ground and pound, maybe get him out
That
of
guy
there.
even get on the fucking ground.
Um, yeah, I don't know, but I think I think Blades is maybe a better striker. I don't know. We'll see, but I think Blades will
I know we haven't seen
is
much of
just a better.
Kuniev.
I
We
think he's
haven't.
just a better tested heavyweight veteran. So that's
Yeah,
Blades is my official pick. I'm gonna say by KO for me.
I agree.
All right.
I agree. But don't be surprised.
I would not.
Don't be
I wouldn't.
surprised if Kuniev wins
Yeah, I won't be surprised if the fridge walks away with a
the
chicken nugget.
fridge.
So,
All
all right,
right. Next fight,
all
we
right,
have King Green and Ruffy.
all right.
This one I'm excited for. But once again the odds here. I like the odds. Um, minus 450. I mean, it's obviously not bettable, but Ruffy, he's been lights out, right? I mean, eh, won his last 5 fights, 4 knockouts, 1 decision. And then we just saw King Green
Oh,
get, you know, absolutely rocked by Pimblett, up and coming star. Submitted him in round one. We saw him beat Jim Miller in a very, very scrappy but fun fight. I
that was a
mean,
good fight.
that was absolutely
Bloody,
nuts. We saw blood
bloodied up,
everywhere.
bloodied up Jim Miller.
Exactly.
Nothing on Bobby.
Um, yeah. So, I mean, I don't think this fight. And look at the age gap, 10-year age gap, 4-inch reach.
Yeah,
Um,
Bobby Green's a
I think
tested
Ruffy.
vet, bro.
I know, but I think Ruffy has this. KO. I think he's gonna get it done in. I think he'll get it done later in the fight. I think he's gonna. Let's hope stamina as well for Ruffy. If it is, Green's getting old. I can see a KO in the second half of the second round or anytime in the third round.
I like that. So for me, I think Bobby Green, King Green. I'm not calling him fucking King, to be honest with you. It's a dumbass fucking name.
Shit ass. Look at that
I
record,
I do
32 and
I do
16.
like Bobby Green a lot. I think he's a great fighter. He has that little head movement, but I mean Mauricio Ruffi's gonna catch him, bro. He's gonna catch his chin. I mean the last I mean Bobby Green got obliterated by Jalen Turner. Was beating his dead body on the canvas, bro. So I think his chin's tarnished. I mean he just got lost some more brain cells against Paddy Pimblett. Got fully choked out, triangled. Ruffy's just looks like the next Conor McGregor, Brazilian Conor. He looks so slick.
Yeah,
No look uppercuts. Like
yeah.
I think he's just gonna
Very
find his chin.
quick.
I mean, he just fought James Yontop, who is literally a blockhead, and he
Yeah,
doesn't get knocked out. I mean, you got to give him some slack for that. I mean, he did kind of gas
yeah,
out in the third round there, which is a little scary.
yeah.
But I mean, he dropped the Yontop that one time in the fight. I don't know if it was the first or the second round, but he looks good.
I think,
I think just
yeah,
Bobby Green is just gonna get hit in the chin. He's gonna give up, in my opinion.
I think so too.
I
I
think,
think, like I said, I think he's gonna try and I think he's trying to work him first round. I think Green's gonna get, he's gonna realize what he's getting into. I think come that second round, I think, you know, I think Rufi's just gonna light it up.
yeah, I agree. I do see some value in that plus 325. There is some value because I can see Bobby Green not getting chinned and doing well.
The only
Maybe
thing is,
Ruffy gassing out.
I think the only way Green wins is by decision, and if Rufi gasses out like he did last fight, but Green would. I think Rufi wins round one. So if he can outlast round one and get to the second round and maybe tire Rufi out and win second and third round, I think that's the only way he's gonna win. I don't see him knocking him out, but there is some value in that pick, 100%.
Yeah, so
But
I'm gonna go Ruffy KO for me. So
that's game.
next fight of the night, we got Amanda Lemos versus Yasmin Lucindo. So we got a
No.
37-year-old Feme against a
Versus the up and comer.
23-year-old Feme. Okay,
Yeah,
we got Lucindo, more of a grappler, and then we got
yeah.
Lemos, used to have some devastating
Oh
power.
gosh.
Um,
Yeah,
I mean, to be honest with you, she's
she.
at strawweight. She's 115 pounds. How hard can she hit, to be honest with you? Um,
Yeah, I mean, ever since she lost her last fight, July of 2024. So it's been, a little bit. She got submitted in round two. Um, but I don't know. I think the experience, especially being a southpaw, I think she's gonna be able to connect a lot, and I think she's gonna get a lot of damage done. So
good
personally, I
corrector.
think appreciate it. Um, personally, I think Lemos. I think decision. But like I said, I think she's gonna be able to touch up, um, put some good jabs in. They both like to strike. Um, but I mean, age could be a big factor in this. Lucindo can definitely, she's on a 4 fight win streak. Um, all or three of them by decision, one by sub. So, it's either gonna be on the ground the whole time. Lucindo just takes control of the age gap and wins this fight. Or I think Lemos can stay if she can stay on the feet. I think she's gonna be able to piece her up a little bit, get the damage, show these refs, some blood and stuff. And I don't know. I think this fight's gonna be very close. I think those odds are pretty accurate. Both. both Brazilians. Um, strike accuracy we see pretty similar. Lemos at 58, Lucindo 50%. Um, if I had to go with someone in this fight, I'm gonna go with Lucindo by decision.
Like that. All right, so here's my breakdown of this fight. So we got Amanda Lemos, she's 38 almost, and we got Lucindo, 23 years old. So Lucindo's more of a grappler, like Joey said. Um, I think that she can definitely win this fight by decision, in my opinion, if she gets the grappling going. It's kind of like the trend of this here card, but I do agree with
Hope
that.
not.
Well, I,
Let's
I
hope
think
not.
that Lucindo can definitely get the grappling going with this fight and win the decision, like I said. And then Lamash, I think if she keeps the fight standing, I think she's going to be too powerful. She's going to do a lot of damage to Lucindo, and I think she's just going to possibly even hurt her. I really like the Lamash plus 115 line. I think that has a lot of value. But if you want to go the safe play, you can go the Lucindo minus 135. Lamash, I think she lost her last fight, and then we got Lucindo had a really close fight in her last one. So, I mean, I think Lucindo can scrape the top of the rankings. I think it's the up and comer. I think it's her
Yeah.
time. So I'm going Lucindo by decision to get it done with the
Yep.
grappling. So it's my pick.
Yep.
That's you. On to the next fight of the night. We got a lightweight bout. We got Ignacio Bahamondes versus Jalen Turner.
Turner's got this.
I
I
love this
I,
fight.
I think I did too. I think this is a very very fun fight. One thing I think this is also gonna be another one of the fight of the night. Turner
Needs a
kind of
win.
needs it, in
Needs
my
a win.
opinion. He lost three of his last five, one by KO, two by decision, and then he won against Green by KO. But once again, he also hasn't been very active. His last fight was April of 2024, almost a year, right? Um, 11 months, and he got knocked out. Uh, but I
But
think,
like,
like we said, he needs it. Um, and I mean, I don't know. What are your thoughts?
so here's my thoughts on these fights. So Jalen Turner in his last fight against um, Renato Moicano was a good fight. Obviously in the first round, Jalen Turner dropped him bad and went for a look like a walk off KO there,
Yeah,
and he didn't follow up on Moicano, and he didn't finish the fight. And Moicano's a dog, dude. He rallied back in the second round. Jalen Turner had an adrenaline dump. Didn't want to finish the fight after that brutalization of Bobby Green, most likely, or maybe he wanted that
yeah,
300K bonus from that UFC 300. But what happened
yeah,
was he had the adrenaline dump. Um, the grappling took over for Hanato, and then Jalen Turner just gave up. It was hitting some weird shots. I wouldn't really consider that a brutal knockout, but I
yeah,
think. I mean, he definitely gave up in my opinion. But then on the other
yeah.
hand, we got Ignacio Bahamondes had that win on UFC 306, the Sean O'Malley card, and then he's on a little bit of a tear. He had that spinning wheel kick against Roosevelt Roberts, if you remember that. That was a
His past
valid
two
ass
fights have
kick.
been elite too. Two first round knockouts.
Yeah, I
You see
mean,
that.
yeah. So he's
I
he's
mean, this
also
fight.
training with Bilal Muhammad. He's a champion, very good champion. I think that lights something inside of you, bro. I think he has the momentum swing. Jalen Turner's on the decline. I wouldn't say
Aha,
J
baby.
I wouldn't say Jalen Turner is the definite loser in this match, but I think
No,
it's just momentum
it,
for
it's.
me.
I think it's gonna be very close. You
I
know,
think I think
we
Jalen
have.
Turner is a better striker in my opinion, but I think the momentum and the fear of Jalen Turner losing and then the momentum of Ignacio, I think that Ignacio is just gonna outpoint him maybe, but that's
Yeah, I
my
think
take.
Ignacio is very. Obviously, he's very consistent. We see back-to-back first-round knockouts. And then he had a loss on UFC Fight Night August 5th against Klein by decision.
Yeah,
Um,
but Klein's solid.
so yeah,
Ludwig.
this this one, we see the odds even. This fight is as one of the evens as can get. The good thing is these guys are just gonna throw. That's what we want to see.
Gonna be a good fight.
Um, yeah, like the last three fights are all people that's just gonna throw hands. That's what we want to see. Um, my prediction, mm, I think in this one, uh, I don't know, Rob. What do you think? I think I'm gonna
I
go
think
Turner.
I,
I
I'm
think
going
Turner's
I'm
gonna
going Bahamondes by KO. I think Jalen Turner is gonna quit, give up when Ignacio hurts him with maybe a head kick or a straight punch to the jaw. I think he's just gonna shell up and quit. And then
maybe he's
I think
KO
the
hungry.
next step for Jalen Turner is to move up to welterweight. I think that's a good play for him. I think he
Yeah,
can do well there. Lighter man skill, Lucas
yeah.
Tracy, we know that.
All
So
right.
yeah, I got
I mean that's a
Bahamondes
good
by
fight.
KO. So great fight.
I got Turner. Turner. I don't know. I can't say whether KO or not, but I mean I don't really see this fight going to the distance, so I think it's gonna be Turner KO.
All right. All right, next fight of the night, we got Justin Gaethje versus Rafael Fiziev, the rematch.
Fiziev.
Um,
I mean, let's just get it off straight. Gaethje is not losing this fight. Look at those odds. I know you want to say it, but Fiziev, he's been injured. He's going on a 2 week notice, and he's lost his past two fights. I know it's been to Gaethje and Gamrot, but he hasn't fought since 2023. In two
so
years,
let me
he's
give you
been
something
injured.
on this fight, bro. I think this is a really hard fight to break down. So you have on the Gaethje corner, you have a brutal KO from Max Holloway. Also broke his nose early in the fight, which can really hinder you. If Rafi hits him a few times in that nose and um, breaks the bone, I can it cause a lot of problems. I mean, you saw how much he was struggling, blowing his nose and finding shots in that fight because of the broken nose. I mean, it's gonna be
Yeah,
tough. And then on the
I
Fiziev corner, he's coming with I think yeah 2 weeks notice, and then he has the brutal knee injury from the Gamrot fight, and he's coming off the couch theoretically. I mean, he was probably training. I don't know if he was in
we don't
Thailand,
know if what his
but
form was. Like if he was in his best self, which
yeah.
you know we already saw this fight already happened. Obviously, Gaethje won by decision, right?
Yeah, it was
We
very
saw him win
close.
that fight. Yeah, it was. But now we have to look at Fiziev coming in on 2 week notice and coming off his injury. So it's like how well can this happen, or like how well can he perform, especially against the big stage against Gaethje, right? He brings some of the biggest crowds, you know.
Biggest crowds,
Um,
biggest damage.
it, exactly. So I mean, they're just gonna want to throw, but that's the thing. With people that throw, you don't want to put much money on some of these guys because one punch can do it, right?
Yeah,
I mean, Gaethje's known for just sitting there throwing with Holloway. I mean, those fights are elite, and that's why this fight's gonna be elite. Um, Personally, I think these odds are way, way wrong. I think it should.
I mean, you
I
heard
mean,
him in the press conference. He even was surprised with the odds for Fiziev.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. He said the same thing. He was like, "I'm shocked." Gaethje was saying he's six and
Actually,
three or 6-2 as an underdog.
I think it should be a
Um,
pick 'em. I don't think that Fiziev should be a slight favorite. I think it should be a more of a pick 'em, because like I mentioned before, you have two different sides of the story. Um, so sorry to cut you off, but I'm going
there you go.
Fiziev. I'm going Fiziev by either KO or decision. I'm probably gonna stick with a KO. I think he's gonna find that nose of Gaethje and he's gonna find his chin. I think Gaethje's done. I can definitely see Gaethje winning this fight for sure. Maybe
Now, do you think Gaethje
decision.
retires if he loses?
Nah, I think Gaethje does not retire. I think maybe he goes for one more money fight, but I think he's on the
Yeah,
the end of his career. he could definitely
He's
win
definitely
this.
got a few fights
Um,
left, like minimum, probably
yeah,
like
I think
you
if he
know,
wins this fight, he'll definitely get a title shot against Islam, unless they're giving that to Poirier. But yeah, so I'm going Fiziev. I think he'll get it done. Slick striking. Um,
yeah.
although Gaethje
I,
did beat him in that first fight, I think it was very close. I think if Fiziev doesn't tire out like he did in that third round, I think he got it.
yeah.
So
I personally think Gaethje has this one. Um, like I've been saying, I don't think these odds are anywhere right. I think it should be flip flopped. I think Gaethje should have, the minus 170. This is a great value pick. Um, Gaethje won the last fight. That's one. Both fully healthy, good to go. This one, both going into it. Fiziev obviously not his 100% best. We know he's been out um, for 2 years, right? It's very hard to come back against somebody this talented and Gaethje, and win a fight. Um,
yeah, two
and
two
taking it
year
on two
layoff
week
is
notice.
crazy.
I understand if you have the 2 month training, but the 8 weeks or whatever. But 2 weeks is very short, especially if he wasn't
Bro
training
thinks
much
he's John
beforehand.
Jones. The fucking 2 year layoff.
I mean, I think these odds are way off. I think Gaethje wins this fight by knockout, or I mean, I don't see that once again. This is a 5 round fight, right? I don't
No, it's
I
three
don't
round.
see this. Is it three?
Hmm.
Okay. 3 rounds. I mean, either way, I kind of value on Gaethje. I have to go Gaethje. Um, I, if I had to pick by how he wins, I'd probably say Gaethje by knockout, just because these guys are, they already fought one, they want to throw again. Um, I don't think this fight goes to the decision like the last one did, so I'm gonna go Justin Gaethje at plus 140.
All right. So we got Rob going with Fizzy, and then we got Justin or Joe going with JG, bro. All right. Let's get it.
Heath,
Main event of the evening, boy. Let's get it. All right. So we got Boatan Pereira versus Big
Mama,
Ank. Big Ank.
Hank,
Magomed Ankalaev. We got Alexander. No, we got Alex Pereira at 37 years of age, and we got my boy Big
Hank,
Ank at 32. Still a young man. Um, although he looks like a
very good,
goblin from Clash
very good
Royale.
though.
So very solid, very solid fighter. Um, so,
I mean, after seeing the press conference today, Pereira looks very, very well, like
yeah, let
very
me just
good.
highlight this
Um,
stat right here.
yeah.
100% takedown accuracy.
um, I know you're highlighting that because you think Hank's gonna take him down. Personally,
I'm
I don't
highlighting
think this
Alex Pereira's.
takedown takedown.
Yep, against
Yep. So that's what I'm saying.
Israel Adesanya.
But what I'm saying is, I don't think Hank is gonna go for as many takedowns as people think. I think Alex is gonna maybe late rounds. Um, I think Pereira's tired. Like he kind of was tired against uh Roundtree. That third and fourth
Yeah, I
round.
mean
They were
to
he was
give him
still
some
swinging like
slack, he was deathly sick before that fight.
exactly. So he wasn't 100% and he still kept up to round four and knocked him out. So and obviously Ank's a lot
Flow.
better in my opinion than Roundtree. Um, I just think Pereira has something to prove to be the best in the UFC. I personally think he is. Um, I think this fight is going to be a lot of hands thrown. I don't think this fight's going to go on the ground that much. Um, if that's the case, I think Pereira wins this. Obviously, if it gets down to the ground, Hank's going to win this fight, right? I mean, he's going to control him. But this is our first test of seeing how Pereira's takedown defense is. If he does get down, how he scrambles. Um, I mean, obviously, we see the 4 inch reach advantage. Pereira 79, 75. Um, only a 1 inch height difference, not much. 68% striking. Um, that's fairly well, and Ank's at 62, so they're pretty similar. Um, I don't know, Rob. What do you think?
Yeah, so here's my take. So we got Pereira. We all know we've all seen his power, bro. He got the nuclear power. He got the left hand of death.
Uh,
So for me, I think that Pereira, even if it stays standing, I think Ank will be able to outbox him, to be honest with you. I think Big Ank will be able to outbox him. I think that because of the takedown threat, he'll be even more proficient with the striking, with his little left hand, left straight, or his lead hook. I think that if he gets a takedown in the first round, I think he could definitely finish him with the ground and pound. Pereira does not like to get up when he goes down, and he goes for that dumbass guillotine on the fucking fence like usual. And then Big Ank's just gonna take him down. I think every round starts standing, so I think Pereira could definitely catch him. But I think in I'd say 9 out of 10 times Ank beats Pereira. To be honest with you, I think Ank's gonna swallow him, take him to deep waters with the wrestling. I
I
think he's
think
gonna.
I think you're underestimating him a lot,
No, I don't think I'm
Pereira.
underrating Pereira at all. I just don't think that he's gonna
But
be able to do anything with the grappling. I think it's just gonna be a clear maybe 49-46 decision, or maybe gets finished on the ground. Big Ank.
I don't think this fight's going on the ground much, to be honest. These guys both want to throw. Hank already said it. He wants to throw. Obviously he might mix in a takedown to try and distract Pereira. He might go for a single leg takedown, whatever it's gonna be. It, it's gonna be heavily on the feet, in my opinion. I don't think it's gonna go on the ground, and I think Pereira is a way better boxer. We've seen it. This dude's lights out. He's knocking people out left and right. Yeah,
Maybe
he,
kickboxer, but
huh?
I wouldn't say he's a better boxer. I'd say he's a better kickboxer,
I mean,
better
he's last
striker.
four fights. Last four
I
fights
think Ank's
KO.
a solid.
Roundtree, Yuri, Hill, Yuri twice actually. Hill, Roundtree. I mean, Adesanya he knocked out,
I
and
think
then he
I think
obviously got.
Ankalaev would deal with all those dudes easily,
I do too, but I mean, Pereira put those guys out with ease. That's what you got.
as he should.
Roundtree was a little rough, but he still knocked him out in the fourth round. But Yuri, round two, easily could have been the end of round one. Right? We saw him down on the ground. If there was 10 more seconds, that would have been a
Sure,
round one
sure.
knockout. Hill, night in round one. Right? Got hit in the fucking jugulars and still knocked him out.
Yeah.
And then we see it again. He fought Yuri. And knocked him out in round two. I mean, he's knocking people out left and right very quickly. Um,
Uh-huh.
so I think Ank has something coming for him. I mean, he won his last fight by decision. And then he beat Walker by KO. I mean, let's be honest, Johnny Walker is hot ass. I mean, he had to take him to round two. Like, I don't really think Ank has that much good competition compared to Pereira.
I agree. I mean, he had
Different.
that Blachowicz fight with the leg kick, so the draw. So I think if Pereira utilizes the leg kicks in this fight and keeps it standing, I think he could win. To be honest with you, I think Ain can do a good job with the boxing, but I think it's just the damage is going to be too much if it stays standing. But I think the takedown threat will be the deciding factor in this.
Yeah. I mean, I think this fight. I love when Pereira fights. It's straight entertainment. We have Gaethje right before it, following up to this. This card's very very good. I'm gonna go for this fight. I'm gonna go Pereira KO, and I think it's gonna be in round. I think it's gonna be round two or three. I think it's gonna be kind of early. I think the first fight or the first round they're gonna feel them out or feel each other out. Um, and yeah, Rare
All right,
KO.
we get
Come on.
the stone face versus the goblin. I'm going with the goblin. So yeah.
What
So
round? What round?
I don't know. I think official pick. I'm going Ankalaev by decision. I think it's gonna go the distance. So
That's a lot of value. That pick right there by decision is I think plus 275. So that's very good odds for that.
yeah, for
But
sure.
I don't think this fight goes that far. 5 rounds. Unless if it goes on the ground like you think Hank's gonna be able to get him down that much, then that's different. But I think if they do stay on their feet, I don't see this fight going past 3 rounds. So my official pick, Pereira, KO. Rob's got Ank by decision. And that is gonna wrap it up for our first UFC card 313.
Yeah, thank you guys for
Um,
watching. Hope you guys enjoy the fights. Hopefully we can
and
make some
then
money.
next, I know we're yeah, and then we have 314 with Lopez and Volk and Chandler and Patty. That's gonna be another good card. So make sure you guys definitely stick around
Yeah.
throughout the journey. And
Yep.
we're gonna post stuff on fight nights for the good. Not like we're not gonna go as in depth for those, but we're gonna try and do some fight nights. Not all the fights, maybe just like the main part of those. Um,
And
but we're definitely
we're
gonna try and do
degenerates
as much
too,
as we can.
so we're also gonna try to get the bets in there. Maybe do separate videos. Maybe not on this card, but we just wanted to give you guys our first video
Yeah.
with the nice little card here, 313. So, all right.
Let us know what your guys' picks are in the comments. Personally, I just want to know the main card or the main fight.
Yeah.
Who do you guys have?
Main event in the
Ferreira,
comments.
Ank. Leave it in. All right.
All right,
Thank you
Fuse
guys for
family.
watching.
Peace.
Peace.